Gemini collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers. Welcome to your 8-card draw. What do I need? Shadow read for this full moon in Libra to the new moon eclipse, void of course, then into Taurus, April 2023. I am your reader. Angelo, Lyons, Mal for short, professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Jarring the Circle Productions since 1998. We're about to hit 25 years in business on May 1st. Beltane, very excited about that. We'll talk about that at the end of the video if you like. I am the author of Words of Grace from a Professional Witch. There is a Kindle version of it available. There is a link in the description box. You can click that link and preview some of the prayers, practices, and principles that have kept me going along the way before I started the company. A lot to learn, a lot to share. And if you're down in my description box, do check out my Patreon. The menu is rather lovely, I think. My members-only subscription platform that allows me to do lots of stuff as a spiritual teacher, a professional intuitive, a professional witch, and all that jazz. At the moment, we have 8 levels of subscribers: seekers, humans, heroes, angels, witches, immortals, mystics, and then there is gods, goddesses. That's one tier. They are the top tier and get everything that I provide over on my Patreon platform. But all of my subscribers, regardless of level of subscription, get the extended readings, the part 2s to the part 1s here on YouTube, as well as they get what is called a daily check-in, an unlisted YouTube live stream link so they can chat with me every morning. Have not missed a day in months and months and months. We talk about the astrological weather of the day, the spiritual implications, the magical applications, always ending with a prayer, a blessing, a meditation, a little something to send us on our way. It's my favorite way to start the day. Cup of coffee, doing it from the laptop on the couch. It's a lot of fun for me. And so much more fun. And prizes along the way coming as we grow and evolve over on Patreon. And they are talking about adding a free subscription option, in which case I would release the daily check-ins. Everything else on the menu, though, go check it out. You don't gotta wait for that. $3 a month as a seeker gets you the extendeds and the daily check-ins, and I love them. So if you're looking for a deeper dive, more magic, more miracles, more mysticism, more Mal, come Patreon on Patreon. Because I'm the Archangel of Lyons, Angelo Lyons. But you can call me Mal. Got Mal? Wearing the t-shirt. Got Mal? I don't know about merch. We'll see. But let's get down to business. Shall we? My gems, truly outrageous gems that you are. If you're new to the channel, real quick, gotta explain it. An 8-card draw is just one card from 8 different decks, getting you clues, tips, and hints about all sorts of. In this case, we are doing it for a waning moon, a 2-week timeline from full to new, the letting go, the releasing, the surrender, the clearing the field for the new moon. But we're going to be looking at it through the language of spiritual alchemy, letting go of the 3 atoms in between lead and gold on the periodic table. Lead is heavier than gold. Lead is toxic. Lead is an insulator. Energy can't pass through it. Gold is a conductor, and it's healing. So to shift you to a more golden timeline, let's look at said timeline, because I've got a clipboard. I am a Virgo. Full moon in Libra, Thursday, April 6th, 1234 a.m., 12:34 a.m. Eastern. I am in New York, which is lovely. When the moon rides at her peak, then ye heart's desire seek, and there's just a very powerful vibe that day. But then get ready for the 2 weeks of letting go, releasing, doing the alchemy, the shadow work. There's a whole section in my description box of suggested videos for shadow work and mirroring and all of that stuff. And then the 2 weeks going to the new moon, but it's a tricky new moon. It is an eclipse, Thursday, 4/20. It goes void, of course, at the exact same time, too, at 12:13 a.m. So Eastern, not that big of a deal. You know, it's after midnight. We're there. It goes into Taurus then at 12:30 a.m. You'd say, oh, good. What a good time to do new moon. But if you wait till 4:14 a.m., the sun goes into Taurus, and then you really have that solid, fixed, Earth, which is great for a Thursday. I mean, money magic? Are you kidding me? Of course. So in between those two, of note particularly for Geminis, on the 11th of April, Venus will be going into Gemini. So if you are a Gemini Venus sign, this might be a little bit more specific for you all. But let's see, because it is a general read. You take what resonates and you leave what doesn't. You check your other signs, and cross-watchers are welcome on my channel in these readings, certainly. But here's how I play it. Cross-watchers, you have the opportunity to get some understanding, some sympathy, and possibly some empathy for the Gemini you are cross-watching for. And if you apply some of this stuff to yourself, you will absolutely do some kind of shadow work, some kind of releasing, letting go, preparing for the new moon, and you'll be helping the Gemini collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs do the same. That's how holographic unity works. Don't make me do math, but I don't know, check out Stephen Hawking and all that stuff. Otherwise, both feet on the floor if you can, and focus on your breath if you will, and I will do my best to help you move to a more golden rather than leaded timeline, bit by bit, dropping what no longer serves and preparing for the new. Cool? So the shift from all that explanation that I absolutely have to do just ethically for new people. Welcome, new people. Glad to do it. But the shift from all that explanation that I have to do to the divination that I love and was absolutely born to do for this lifetime, that shift happens in the still point. See if you can catch it. It happens a couple of times, more than a couple. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. And here we go. Using the Caroline Myss archetype cards, I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine for the Gemini collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers watching this video, drawn to this reading. What is the dominant archetype in their 8th chakra, determining the nature of the shadow work, the development of the soul power, the alchemy, from shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace, toxic to healthy, imprisoned to liberated, poor to prosperous, perdition to paradise, hell to heaven, on and on and on, for the Gemini collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers watching this video, receiving this reading, reason, season, or a lifetime, this full to new. Ooh, the healer. The healer family of archetypes. Obviously, you consider this like the major arcana of the healing family of archetypes. The healer. How lovely, however. Every archetype is neutral, a spectrum from lead to gold, shadow to light, pain to peace. Written on this card is a shadow attribute and a light attribute, showing you the nature of the shadow work, the lead, in between those three atoms that cannot be created or destroyed, only changed. Periodic table, I did not create it. It is what it is. That heaviness, letting that go, releasing that to get you into the gold, your free will as to whether or not you want to delay what cannot be prevented. How many times do you want to keep reincarnating to do this? The shadow attribute, taking advantage of those who need help, and we see it all over the place. I mean, the healthcare system, well, maybe not everywhere. Let's leave that on the table, as it were. Failing to care for oneself. Now, I am a healer. I have the healer lifetime. You can have an archetype of reason. So, like, I could see the healer archetype just popping into people's lives maybe 100 times in a year, but only when absolutely for a reason. Seasons could be, 30 years out of a, 90-year life. But lifetime, I have the healer lifetime, lifelong, womb to tomb. So, I am well aware that I don't really take advantage of those who need my help. I'm very ethical. I've been charging $100 for spiritual counseling for the past 25 years. I'm upping my price May 1st. We'll talk about it at the end. That's, right, is taking care of myself, right? So the failing to take care of myself is usually the pitfall of most healers, and part of the journey, too. It's not like, oh, you're horrible. No, you look like an evangelista. You're fine. The light attribute, passion. You gotta love that word. Passion to serve others by repairing the body, mind, and spirit. Ability to help transform pain into healing. And that's an inside gig first. You don't want to be the unhealed healer. Of Course in Miracles goes into quite a bit about the unhealed healer. Just saying. So, that's what's in the satellite of the 8th chakra, beaming down the codes to all the chakras underneath them, shifting what you attract and what you repel electromagnetically, so that you will heal this, in this particular case, alchemize it. But you have free will. Throat chakra, we're about to look at the heart, third eye crown, the internal, the feminine energy, with the daughters of the moon, tarot. Throat chakra is willpower. Spit, swallow, or chew. It's all your choice to delay or not. Please take a nice deep breath. Particularly if you want to see healing in the world. Yeah? Still point. As I call upon my goddesses of air, the sign of Gemini, powers of the East, please, beloved goddesses of mutable air, changing air, ever-changing, shifting air, one card in clarity, please, for the Gemini collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers watching this video, receiving this reading. What do they need to be aware of? The inside, heart, throat, third eye, crown, so they can alchemize the healer in the 8th, this full to new. Major Arcana card. Major Arcana card in a chakra read, the way I do it, this is all 4 at once, right? Now, the witch is the magician in the Rider-Waite based traditional tarot, and this is about alignment. I mean, if you look, Reiki, Shmeiki, Eggs, and Bakey, there's an alignment here from the crown chakra all the way down, at least through the heart. We'll look at the lower 3 chakras in a minute. But you have to say, in terms of willpower, the witch, the magician, it is the first card in the major arcana. I know people want to say the fool is, but that's the 0. It can't have a number if it's a 0, right? It can't be, it's in between the worlds of the cycle, right? So this is the initiation. This is, you have the alignment inside of you to do this. And I would think for shadow work. Yes, witch work. It's still a thing. I started that during the pandemic every now and again, so who knows? Yes, witch work. I'm a hand witch, not a sandwich. Let's get them lower 3 chakras with the Mythic Tarot. Juliet Sharman-Burke taught me how to read the court cards, that's for sure, Aziz. I love this deck. And the masculine energy, looking at yourself from the outside in, you from the inside out, looking at people, places, and things, relationships in the world, including your relationship to yourself, who you want to be in the world, your honor code, your self-esteem, and all that jazz. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. As I call upon my gods of air, the sign of Gemini, powers of the East, please, beloved gods of mutable, ever-changing, ever-shifting air, one card in clarity for the Gemini collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers watching this video drawn to this reading. What do they need to be aware of? Inside out, outside in, lower 3 chakra dynamics, so they can alchemize the healer in the 8th with the witch on the inner, this full to new. Woohoo! The lovers on the outer. Okay, same thing. Major Arcana card, all 3 life-changing decisions. You're at a crossroads. Now, this is the Judgment of Paris. Long story, it's a myth. The wedding of Cadmus and Harmonia. They didn't invite the goddess Eris, the goddess of discord. Who invites discord to a wedding? She didn't like it. She took one of the golden apples, wrote to the most beautiful goddess on it, hooked it into the middle of the wedding. 3 goddesses jumped for it. Ready? Aphrodite, Athena, and Hera. Who's going to make that decision? Not Zeus. He's like, nope, find me the fairest man on earth. And so they found Paris. Each goddess offered him something, right? Athena, wisdom. Hera, power, like political power, like to be unstoppable in the world. And Aphrodite, the most beautiful woman on earth, as his bride. Well, of course, he gave it to Aphrodite, Helen of Troy, and starting the Trojan War. So a decision, not a choice. A decision, not a choice. The idea is it would be lovely to have cut that apple in 3, but that's what we can do with the Lover's card, is make, get this, the most loving, wise, empowered decision we can make, the most of Aphrodite, Athena, Hera, choice that we can make. Now, lower 3 chakras, this is in the physical world. Is this romantic? It's a healing family archetype of the healer. It doesn't matter at this stage. You got double whammies, at least in terms of major arcana, and that's all the chakra stuff that's hitting the table. So, healer in the 8th, witch on the inner, lovers on the outer. It's a general read. We've got more cards to go. So, let's ask Lord Ganesh to help remove those obstacles, the Hindu elephant-headed god of success, prosperity, and remover of obstacles. Whispers of Lord Ganesha by Angelo Hartfield is wonderful, and I have been cultivating a relationship with Ganesh really since I started the company, and I started working with the Ashaya monks and all of that. Throat chakra much? Okay, that might be some of the half and half from my coffee too. I'll be honest where I can, when I can, when I know what honesty is in the moment. Let's do this. Whispers of Lord Ganesh. Please take a nice deep breath. Because honestly, we believe that the sun rises in the east and sets in the west, but it doesn't because the planet turns on an axis. Still point. And here we go. Oh, I call to the beloved Lord Ganesh, please. Oh, beloved God of prosperity, abundance, success, and the remover of obstacles, please. One card in clarity for the Gemini collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers. Oh, watching this video, receiving this reading to help them remove the obstacles, the 3 atoms between lead and gold, to alchemize the healer in the 8th with witch on the inner, lovers on the outer, this full to new. Nurture. Aww. It's baby Ganesh with his mother Parvati. Aww. Nurturing, loving, lovely card number 38. Just going to read you this because I think Ms. Hartfield has done an amazing job. Really represents for me the heart energy of Ganesh. So card number 38, Nurture. Focus on creating a calm and balanced life for yourself. That's a life-changing decision for a healer, ain't it? Ganesha asks you to maintain a compassionate, nurturing, realistic, and down-to-earth attitude when it comes to collaborating with others and your present conditions. Whoa, collaboration. You can benefit from being more resourceful and practical. This is a time of slowing down and biding your time and resources. Deal with any issues as they arise and brainstorm practical and easy solutions that will fix the problem with minimal drama. Now, I can see with the witch in the 3rd eye, that's creative intuition, heart, 3rd eye crown. So yes, it's inside of you, but it looks like you have a decision of how and who you want to share this with for minimal drama. Be careful of giving too much without regard for your own needs, healer in the shadow, right? You got to keep an eye on that. If you've been feeling exhausted or have been prone to illness, you are invited to stop doing so much for others and do more for you at this time. Do not seek empowerment by doing for others from a place of needing acknowledgement. Empower yourself by nurturing yourself, and then from a healthy place help others. This is such a healer archetype read. Learn to nurture and to create occasions for others to grow by offering a safe, accommodating energy. This energy is the energy of the heart chakra. As your life comes more into alignment with your soul purpose, you bring this nurturing and unconditional love beyond your immediate surroundings and out into the world. The female figure in this card is Ganesha's mother, Parvati. She represents a strong female figure in your life that you may look to for extra support and guidance. This could be any female role model, friend, or acquaintance that you find yourself drawn to at this time. Alternatively, Parvati can represent a part of yourself, especially when much of your time is spent focusing on the nurturing and caring of others, which as a healer, and that doesn't mean you have to have a shingle outside, right? I'm a healer, I do this, I do that. I mean, it's an archetype. Some people don't know they have the healer archetype, right? Because it's in the unconscious mind, but the process of alchemy. You see, the shadow shows you the archetype so that you can do the alchemy. It's a pain in the ass a good chunk of the time, I'll admit. But, you know, worth it. Absolutely. I'd rather be gold than lead. Let's get you, because it's a Angelo Lyons read, there's got to be a Macon healing mantra involved, because this is a healing system, this deck. It's not divination, just like the Carolyn Mace archetype cards. No, these I have used for healing myself, and to the best I can heal others through spiritual counseling and divination. So, let's get a healing mantra for the healer as they nurture with all this major arcana going on. Please take a nice deep breath. Still playing. I call upon the ascended masters of health and healing, the ones that are in charge of all of the healers in all different ways, shapes, and forms. Beloved ascended masters of health and healing, please, one card in clarity, the perfect healing mantra for the Taurus collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers watching this video, drawn to this reading, to help them align and alchemize the healer in the eighth, witch in the inner, lovers on the outer, removing the obstacles by nurture and nurturing this full to new. Untangling neglect, I take the time to give myself all the approval I desire. I think we know what this healer archetype is about. This is about you healing you. I am my number one client, and I'm a lifelong healer archetype. I could tell you stories from my childhood. I won't. You gotta wait for the autobiography to come out on that one, and I'm working on it, kind of, sort of. Not there yet. So taking the time to give yourself all the approval you desire does untangle neglect. And I will say right now, I'm Generation X. I was a latchkey kid. I learned how to do a lot of shit on my own, autodidact, self-taught, big time, right? And thank the gods my parents were off busy doing other stuff. It was the 80s. I got away with so much. No regrets. Untangling neglect. Now that book will be a lot of fun to write. Sorry, one more. Come on. Get sticky wicket with me. Untangling neglect. I take the time to give myself all the approval I desire. When neglect is untangled, you are no longer turning to outside sources for constant reassurance and validation. Instead, you're going within to the depths of your own heart to notice the parts of yourself that require the presence of your attention. Ready for this next one? In nurturing yourself in this way, you step forward as the first responder to each wound, concern, and desire. From this space, there becomes less of a likelihood of attracting relationships where further neglect occurs, simply because you have accepted your role as the one who nurtures the innocence within you. Parvati and Baby Elephant Ganesh. This mantra is ideal for building self-confidence, surviving codependency. Oh, that's a whole other convo. And healing neediness. We don't always get what we want. We always get what we need. But that is the human journey. The soul knows that to be absolute truth. Wow. So, what does it mean to give yourself all the approval you desire? Well, it's sort of an art form. I guess I would start with Louise Hay. You can heal your life for surezies. Good place to start. It's more than an affirmation. Mirror work, all of that. This is all very, very... Feeling the wounds of neglect. There's the 4 ego wounds are abuse, neglect, codependence, and loss from Macon. He's right. never saw it categorized that way, but I get it. He's absolutely right on the lead, right? Your soul is not of that. That is purely from this world's journey. So how you untangle neglect to yourself, there's a near infinite number of ways to do it. But mirror work and certainly even like you take the affirmation, I approve of myself, very Louise Hay. Well, back in the 90s, I put it to the tune of When the Saints Come Marching In. It worked, but that was then. This is now. There's always a higher experience, right? So nurturing yourself by doing that. I give myself, even if it's like, I folded a towel, amazing, do it. You're a Gemini. Have fun with it. And, this is about lining you up on the inside to make some kind of major life-changing decision here. But if you're running on empty, running blind, Jackson Brown, you might want to put off on that and untangle some neglect. So let's find out what your spirit animals and totems suggest with the Divine Animals Oracle by Stacey DeMarco, one of my favorite pantheons to tune to. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. As I call upon the spirit animals and totems for the Gemini collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers watching this video, receiving this reading, who walks with them, who swims with them, who flies with them, who crawls with them, giving them the guidance, the grace, the wisdom, the power, the support, the protection, and the oracle message that they need to alchemize the healer in the eighth witch in the inner, lovers on the outer, removing obstacles with nurturing and untangling neglect, this full to new. Tiger. Hi, Tiger. Teach me, Tiger. Will. W-I-L. Will. Throat chakra. Will. Feral. He's a feral will. Card number 34. And I think, if I remember correctly, I think I know this goddess. I just want to check. Durga! It is Durga. Oh boy. Well, we've gone Hindu, darlings. Shall we? I'm just going to read you the first part and the last part here. Card number 34. Tiger. Great. Will! Exercise your will and determine exercise your will and determination in ethical ways. Do not place your will over another's. You do not have control over anyone but yourself. Do not be afraid to be fierce, Sasha. Especially as a woman, we can ride our healthy anger, but we must eventually transform it into something more useful. Okay, I'm gonna leave that where that is. I didn't write it, I just read it. The magic. Tiger magic is wild and mysterious. It is the energy we can use to counter jealousy, threat, and rage. It is highly protective and helps us find a more resourceful way to deal with difficult situations and people. Tiger magic is feminine in aspect, and women can help it to use sorry, did I read that right? And women can use it to help them gain confidence and to find their healthy fierceness. So if you're waiting for someone to affirm your fierceness, this is untangling neglect and nurturing yourself of your own free will, which is a fierce move. It is. It absolutely is, because all of a sudden you start jumping timelines, right? It could be delayed but not prevented. The golden timeline, you're fine. You may not always know you're on it, and we've been in it more than we know, because we're still alive, so that's something got that going for us. Okay, 2 more cards, and the newest member of the Drawing the Circle Productions Divination Squad, the Magical Herb Oracle, Sherilyn Darcy. Love how she's spelling her name, Cherally, and Darcy, Darcey, and illustrations by Dear Dandy. That's Deer Dandy. Rockpool Publishing, same as the Divine Animals Oracle. Consecrated this to my Archangel, Archangel Ariel, the Archangel of Lyons, the Archangel of Nature and Wealth, and all of that cool earthy stuff. So let's see what she has to say, and we'll read it from the bookie book. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. As I call upon my beloved Archangel Ariel, one of the archangels of the North powers of Earth, Archangel of Lyons, which I am named after, but my parents didn't know that at the time. The Archangel of Nature, including the rocks and the stones and the animals and, of course, the plants, nature as a whole. Please, my beloved Archangel Ariel, one card in clarity for the Gemini collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers watching this video, receiving this reading. The piece of herbal magic. That sounds good for a 420 coming up at the full new moon. Plant those seeds. To help them alchemize the healer in the eighth with the witch on the inner, lovers on the outer, removing obstacles with nurture, untangling neglect of their own free will and fierceness, this full to new. Purification. Well, that's pretty good for a waning moon read. Purification, burdock. Oh yeah, that is burdock. A lot of these grow wild around where I live on Long Island. So burdock's easy to find. You can find it. You can tincture, all sorts of. Oh, what number is it though? Card number 31, burdock. Not to be confused with yellow dock, which is great for money magic. I'm a Virgo. I don't know if you can see. Oh, you can't see the top shelf. There's a whole thing of jars of resins and herbs and stuff up there. Okay, sorry, card number 31. I just overshot. Now I undershot. We should love a new book. Where are you? There's 30. There's 32. There we go. Purificazione. Card number 31, burdock. Oracle meanings. It's time to release what is no longer needed and to encourage what needs to grow in its place. Disappointment is indicated, and you may find it easier to feel more compelled to walk away from a situation rather than fight for change. But action can still assist you to succeed. An offer may be made to you, and you are advised to seek out more information and do a little more research before accepting. New opportunities are slowly coming your way. You are making your way to a new moon in this read, right? So there is no need to take the first offer unless you are completely sure. This is a time of contemplation. They go into the botanical description in here, which I think is wonderful, right, to help you locate it. A purification spell. This is really very thorough, but not overwrought, like not hard to ingest, I guess. Wow, so burdock, purification, which is what shadow work is. Purifying, releasing, transforming, those three atoms. Certainly you don't want lead in your system. You want gold in your system, literally and symbolically. So let's get your last card down and let's look at what that hidden gold is with the Blessed Bee from Lucy Cavendish, a book of blessings, really, that are wonderful, and we do the blessings for real. I was born with the grace of prayer. It flies out my mouth, and the words just float on top of the guidance, the grace, the whatever you want to call it. So within the lead, there is hidden gold, which means that there is a hidden blessing already in play, but we don't usually see it or experience it until we've done the work required. And in a general read, that's up to you. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. As I call upon the pantheons of all pantheons, a delegation, please, from all traditions, lineages, and cultures, my beloved ones. One card in clarity, please, for the Gemini collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers watching this video who are drawn to this reading. Give them some light at the end of the tunnel, please. Last card down. The hidden gold within the lead. The hidden blessing that they are immersed in, though they may not know it yet. to help them through this alchemy of the healer and the eighth witch and the inner lovers on the outer, removing obstacles through nurturing themselves and untangling neglect, taking the time to give themselves all the approval they desire of their own free will and for their own fierceness, purifying what no longer serves and preparing for the new in this full to new read. A blessing on a journey. A blessing on a journey. Now, of course, I'm going to say that could be literal or symbolic, might be covered in the blessing, but since we do the blessings for real here, and at the end of that blessing will be the end of the reading, but if you want to hang out to the very end, we're going to talk about 25 years in service, because there are some changes being made. So let's do this. Card number 22, blessing on a journey. I mean, look at her. Look at her. Look at her. Johnny McGovern. Card number 22. Miss you, Lady Red. A blessing on a journey. Shall we? Please take a nice deep breath. Pantheons, please transmit. Still point. A blessing on your time away from home and on the road. A blessing on the in-between, the liminal space, the borderlands you will inhabit. Very mutable air. May the road you take be blessed as you begin this journey into the unknown. For while you may have plans and a map and a compass to guide you, there is much that will surprise and amaze you. May the leaving of home be done with ease, knowing it will be safe until you return to its shelter once more. May you experience the joy of anticipation. Let the moment of embarkation be a great thrill when you take flight or board ship or car or whatever vehicle it is that will see you safely across the miles. Let there be elation. May you encounter kindness upon the road, strangers who show the very best of themselves. And may there be hospitality and delightful turns of good luck, serendipitous meetings, and quiet moments too, so you can fully absorb the adventures of each day. May the adventurous spirit within you be delighted by your wanderings, and may you relish to the full each day upon the strange road you are traveling. May the purpose of the journey be blessed, whether you leave excited or reluctant. May whatever trip it is you take be fulfilled in its spirit, and may the days fill themselves with future memories that will feed your soul for years to come. May the skies shine down on you. May the plans you made be exceeded by their reality. May all go more than well for you. And when it comes time to return home, traveler, may your home open its arms up and take you in. And may there be friends with whom to tell the tales of the road and share the gifts you have returned with. Arrive home safely, enriched with discovery, inspired and open-hearted, and full of love for this world we dwell within. For it is wondrous, and this you have found to be the truth. Blessed be, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none. As we will it, so let it be done. So mote it be, and so it is. And I will say that journey could be a healing journey, a metaphoric journey. You got to take it how it resonates. If it made sense, if it helped to heal a little bit there, please do hit the thumbs up to help other Tauruses and crosswatchers find it, to heal this world a little bit more from the inside out for all of us. Because that it shifts the algorithm. That's what it does when you like, when you subscribe, when you comment and stuff like that. But over on Patreon, we don't have algorithms. No, you sign up for a level of subscription, you get what's on the menu. And for me, past, present, and future, as long as you are a subscriber, I'm glad to serve. If they add a free button, I'm releasing it to the world with the daily check-ins and other cool stuff. We're doing recorded Zoom classes and workshops over there. It's a field day. Come Patreon on Patreon. I wouldn't lie to you about that. Or anything for that matter, because I'm not allowed to. But 25 years, Drawing the Circle Productions Incorporated, S Corporation. Man, I've been charging $100 an hour for readings and spiritual counselings for 25 years. Come May 1st, my prices are changing. There is a link to the video in a description box down there somewhere. Booking a reading with Mal. That video will be remade in the next couple of months before May 1st. Explains everything you need to know about booking a reading with Mal, but perhaps we're afraid to ask. But I am raising my prices, in person, whatever, however we do it. And I might do it like a Lego brick thing where you can like build your own reading. We're working on that. So if you're interested, you want to book me, you get the $100 if you book it before May 1st. After that, things will be changing. And most importantly, above all of that, my goodness gracious, what a shadow read work here. But the choice is yours. Whoever else, whatever's going on here, you do you. Geminis, take the journey of your own free will. Find that passion to heal you, untangle neglect, and make this world a more golden timeline kind of gig for all of life. Wishing you the very, very best and the very, very blessed you. Outrageous, truly, truly outrageous gems. Heal, hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.